right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Crunch Time. I am Christian Hunt. To my right is Mr. Dylan Walton, and to my left is Mr. Bryce Robinson. Guys, how are we doing so far? We got a slightly decorated Spooktober set, as you'll see a small little pumpkin in the middle. For someone who is big on Spooktober, I thought you would have had a little bit more decorations.
Oh, you only brought the pumpkin?
That's all he brought, dude.
Listen, man.
Walking with a helmet and a pumpkin.
I was down bad this week, okay, man. I was sick earlier in the week, dude, and I didn't have my mind. My mind was a little dedicated on getting healthy again, okay. And listen, I only had the pumpkin because I didn't know what we were gonna do. We already have our sports stuff all set up in here. I didn't know what to do. I brought the caution tape. We didn't do nothing with that. We could have put the caution tape on the back wall or something. We could have done all that. But listen, I did what I was told to do.
So no decorations from Bryce is what I'm hearing. And apparently Dylan thinks it's hilarious.
Nah, he having a talk.
You did no when you said you were sick. Oh yeah, speaking of, you may notice, ladies and gentlemen, that Bryce Robinson doesn't have a hat on like normal because he was ordered by our dean. Shout out to Buzz Hoon. No hats.
No hat.
No more hats.
Hey, I'm fresh off.
So go ahead and put it on Bryce. We want to see the lettuce out and all. There it is. There it is.
Rocket. You know what
Oh man, I love it, dude. I love it. But hey, you were sick yesterday or past 2 days. You feel better.
Yeah, we're back at it, man.
He's back at it.
Vitamins.
What about you? I know you had a little bit of a rough day because you'll get to see an interview later by a particular very special guest, two very special guests actually. Yes. But we were supposed to film some women's basketball yesterday, some practice, and apparently at the last second
we couldn't get things to go our way.
Yeah, there was no practice. Yeah. So
or
I know
for us. I don't know if it was for them or whatever.
Y'all had some technical difficulties?
Yeah, it wasn't. But you know what, bro? You live life, you move on. You wake up, you go to sleep, you eat breakfast, may eat lunch. You know, some things you just gotta skip, and I think that was one of my things to skip. I was a little hurt, but it is what it is. I catch them again, and I really wanted to go because the Govs Madness is tonight, and I'm not gonna be able to go. So that's really why.
That's like the opening show,
yeah,
like the opening showcase. Yeah.
For the men.
Oh yeah, they're. Listen, I got a funny story to tell about that. We had the Govs Madness last year. The whole football team came out to support the basketball team. I got robbed three pairs of Oakleys last year. Old boy was throwing out Oakley. They was throwing out Oakleys last year, and I got robbed 3 times. Because one time they threw them right to the left of me, and I think one time they bounced off my finger. That's on me for having stone hands. Butterfingers, yeah. Dude, old boy next to me called. I was like, bro, let me get those, bro. Like,
he's like, nah.
He's like, nah, man, can't do that. Next person, bro, he got Oakleys on his head. I'm like, bro, you already got some Oakleys, bro. Let me get these, bro. You just got them, bro. He's like, nah, bro. I think about it. He ain't thinking about it.
He's thinking about the street value. He's like, all right, that's
I'll go ahead and call him out. Chandler Curtin. I want my Oakleys, bro. Chandler Curtin, give me my Oakleys, bro.
All right, so
what's his name? Matthew Corley. Give me my Oakleys, bro.
All right, so let's recap before we get into this thing. Bryce was sick this past week.
He's got no
hat. I got no Oakleys. I got Folkleys, the fake ones.
He's got no hat anymore because he was told not to wear one anymore. Now he brings up the story about how he got robbed of Oakleys. So this has been just
the Titans suck.
Yep. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Titans traded D-Hop yesterday and Ernest Jones. So, yeah, we're pretty much terrible. So we're selling the farm, and I'm glad for it. You know what? I hope we draft Shedeur Sanders. I hope we draft Shedeur Sanders. I hope he's everything he's advertised himself to be, and I hope he's No,
I like Cam Ward.
No,
Cam Ward,
I do not like Cam Ward at all.
Steve McNair, man. Yeah. His play style, man, just more freestyle, man. He
nope.
reminds me of Eric McNair, bro.
And I'm a Shedeur guy, but
no. Give me Shedeur Sanders.
But I appreciate that.
That's a
Give me Shedeur
Sanders.
Yeah. Give me Shedeur Sanders. Just start over. Just start from scratch.
You know what? At least the Vols on top, baby.
Whatever. Anchor down. Hey, we got a big one this week. Texas. That's a big one. Big one.
Texas, baby.
Texas, Vanderbilt is ranked finally 25.
Number 25.
First time since 08.
Yeah. No, they were ranked when Franklin was here. They were ranked when Franklin was here. But it's been like, I think, 2012, 13. But yeah, anchor down. All right. We're an Austin Peay show.
Classic intro.
Classic intro.
That one needs to be clipped.
Just dump on Bryce. That's our intro. That's going to be our intro from foreseeable future. But moving on to Austin Peay Athletics, the Govs, the football Govs, get the win on the road this past weekend over the Utah Tech Trailblazers by a score of 13-7.
That's nasty.
The Govs won a low-scoring, tough defensive victory, who right now Utah Tech shall remain winless. Yeah. They have not won a game so far this season. So before we get into like the stats and everything, what are your guys' initial thoughts of this win? We're going to start with Dylan. Let's see what Dylan thinks.
You know what? We going into the homecoming stretch, so we're going to be in a very homecoming-esque type of mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got the win, and we on a 2-game win streak, right?
We sure are.
We on a 2-game win streak. We had a bye last week. We won right before the bye. We won after the bye. I ain't asking for too much. You know what I mean? I'm not asking for too much. I just wish for my personal sanity and my personal fandom and loyalty to the school, we can't win by 6 to a winless team. We cannot win by 6. That is just – that's not good, man. I just don't think – and maybe we took them lightly. Maybe we did this. Maybe we did that. You know, if was a big factor, I can see it because it's a winless team. But, hey, man, we got the job done. The Bills got paid last week. Everybody's happy. Nobody's upset. We 3-4 right before homecoming, 2-2 in the conference. I have no complaints. None at all. I just wish we won by 25-30. That's it.
Yeah, this is a barn burner of a game, man. We only two touchdowns scored the entire game by two teams that have been struggling this year. And like you said, the Govs scored 10 points in the first quarter. From I was watching it, you would think that I thought they were going to pile it on and continue to run up the scoreboard, but that's certainly just not the case. And they're only able to put up 3 points between the second, third, and fourth quarter, which you cannot do when you play good teams and expect to win. But like I said, Utah Tech with a winless team, and they're still over on the year. And like I said, it's hard to win college football. It's hard to win college football games, but still, for the expectations that this team they want to have, you got to put up more than 13 points. Shout out to the defense for keeping them on.
Facts.
Shout out to their defense, Austin Peay defense, for holding them to 7 points. They did their job, but it can't come down to less than a one-possession game. I feel like when you're playing a winless team and you want to go somewhere, especially. But on the positive side, like you said, got the win before the bye. Looks like they got some much-needed off time. Came back and got the win after the bye, coming into a very difficult challenge this week for homecoming. So.
You mentioned it, 214 yards for the defense. That's all they gave up. And for a team that struggled at times, on defense, that's a huge win, I think, in Coach Farris's eyes, but Govs fans overall. And I agree with you guys to an extent. You look at, this team, Utah Tech, they've gotten crushed. Not just it's not like they're losing. It's not like they're 0-8, but they're losing by like 3 or 7. No, you're talking – before this game, their closest margin of victory was UC Davis when it was 32-14. All right? We're talking they've given up 50, 60, 70, 40 against Tarleton 2 weeks ago. It hasn't been pretty for Utah Tech at all. So I understand what you guys are saying on paper. You thought, okay, we should at least win by 3 scores. But, Bryce, you know this. You know this too, Dylan. Sports in general. Football is a weird sport where anyone can win no matter what the record is, no matter how bad the team is. Heck, what did I text you guys last night at like 10 o'clock at night when I was getting tucked into bed, getting ready to wake up for today? I checked Twitter.
I seen that.
Kennesaw State beat Liberty.
You texted us that?
Yeah, I texted the group chat.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Well, you probably had it silenced because you were fighting for your life.
Yeah, you was on the meds.
Yeah, so, but listen, like Kennesaw State 0-6, hadn't won a game all year. Same thing. They've kind of been getting blown out. They beat Liberty, who was undefeated, and even talks about potentially sneaking into the playoffs.
That's over with.
So now that's over with for them.
Why did they get moved up?
Why did Kennesaw?
Yes.
I don't know. But
To
they did
CUSA?
it. But they did it.
To FBS.
Yeah. But hey.
Yeah, that's right. They in
the game.
Yeah, they're in the game.
That's nasty.
But dude, like it's
71.
It's so weird. I'm telling you, it's so weird. Football is one of the. If you take anyone for granted, anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, anyone for granted, you can find a way to lose.
That's why the game's played. It's not played on paper.
That's why the game is played. So listen, I understand what you guys are saying to a degree, but at the end of the day, the most important stat is that we win.
A win is a win.
That's all that matters. You know, speaking of stats, you take a look at the Govs. Austin Smith, not a great day through the air, 7 of 16 for 96 yards, but he did run for 83 yards on 18 carries. It's something we have seen a little bit, but not to this extent. Carson Smith, I mean, you want to talk about big. I mean, he hit 2 field goals, but one of them was from 51 yards.
Yeah, it had some extra. Distance on it too. He looked kind of easy. Not gonna lie, he had a little extra sauce on that one.
Had some oomph to it.
A little mustard on it.
A little mustard on it, as they say. Both teams committed a turnover. There was a fumble in the red zone by one of our own. It was Corey Richardson, fumble at the 4-yard line. That was a big turnover. Obviously, you know, that's points right there in a game that points were at a premium. 64 out of 96 of Austin Smith's passing yards came on a Jaden Barnes deep ball. So, I mean, you're talking about literally
one play.
That's your entire passing offense. So that's something that is a little concerning. But, I talked about it a second ago. We talked about it a minute ago. This may not be pretty, but I think this could potentially have the ability to be a program builder, a culture builder. Because when you win ugly games like this, again, it don't look pretty on paper, but there's just something about winning an ugly game that like builds confidence in your team. And
I think I didn't see. I'm so frustrated. I didn't scrape my glasses on the mic, man. I don't know, Christian, man. I know we got a tough task coming up for homecoming, and I just wish we would have emphasized. Let's go in here. And let's show them why next week we got more to come. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Like let's show them. Yeah, we started off slow. Yeah, we beat West Georgia. They new to the spot. And yeah, we got 2 easy games in the middle of the schedule. But let's show them why they shouldn't be easy. Why we need come. Let's get a 40-piece, 40 burger. Let's get that 50-piece nugget from Chick-fil-A. Let's get that. Instead, we won by 4 to West Georgia. Won by 6 here. I don't know, man. I'm expecting more on homecoming. I'm expecting the boys to pop out with them fireworks on homecoming.
So here's what I'm seeing is Coach Farris, he has his game plan plays, which every week when you play these teams, you come up with a couple game plan plays, something that where you see a weakness in their defense and you want to draw the specific scheme up, maybe that you can attack and take advantage of whatever their identity is. And it looks like whenever he runs these plays in the game, they work.
No, they work.
But, it's like he only has one bullet in his chamber. He fires it in the first quarter, in the first half, and then the rest of the game, there's nothing. The same thing against, I believe it was SIU. We came out, we hit a couple bubbles on the same drive, bubble pump, hit Jaden Barnes on the touchdown. We go up 7-0. We're like, okay, we might be here to play today. And then the rest of the game, it's just kind of like the offense gets stalled out because there's nothing else. You got to find a way to be able to. You got
more to the arsenal.
You got to be good at what you know. And we'd always used to say we're not gonna put in a whole lot of fancy pretty stuff. We're gonna be good at what we're good at. And I feel like maybe they don't feel confident in what their base is. That's why they got to put in these. They put these exotic plays, and the rest of the game they don't have as many explosives as these game plan plays do. And I feel like the game plan play this week is they put Ramon in at quarterback, more like a wildcat, and they faked it and let him take off down the sideline for a big gain.
Touchdown.
For a touchdown, yeah.
52
touchdown. So after that, man, we didn't score a touchdown the rest of the game after that. Like you said, we fumbled on the 4-yard line, but other than that, there's no.
Come up with 2 of them a quarter. Come up with 2 bomb plays.
You gotta have. You want to put these plays in, but you want to put them put them in based off of what your offensive identity scheme is. You just don't want to put in some random play. It's okay to have that from time to time because if you may need something to spark your offense, but you you got to have stuff to build off of that. You know, like I feel like you got your tree, you want to add a branch. You don't want to just go plant a whole brand new tree.
Come on now.
Like
Come on now.
when this tree ain't blossoming, you know.
Come on now, Doc.
I mean, damn.
Come on.
Oh, I gotta stop now, man. I'm getting kind of hot now, man.
No, I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, it's every team has, like you said, an identity, something that they do well, something that's their bread and butter. But then you have plays off of that. I mean, shoot, this past weekend I saw, I think it was Navy. They run triple option. You know, they kind of have modernized a little bit, but they're still a triple option team. But they had a reverse off of the triple option where it's, you know, hey, it's a normal triple option action, but then they had a receiver come back around on like an X orbit, and they, you know, just tossed it to him on a reverse. I mean, there's no one within 40 yards from him. And I get it. You know, it's different. It's a different offense. But, like, there's just, like, little caveats to throw in there off of it. I mean, listen, we ran for over 200 yards, okay?
That's what we need to stick to.
That's what we need to stick to. We have established that, hey, we are a running football team. And I love the fact that they got Austin Smith involved, especially in a game that you need to win. To me, like, when it's a close game, the playbook, I know you don't want to kill your quarterback with, you know, 10-plus carries, you know, every game. But, hey, when it's a close game,
work them.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
And I've been saying that since week 1. Like, you got to get him more involved. He's a great athlete and a great runner. Like, use that. You know, like, the +1 run game, quarterback run game is great when against teams that want to put that extra hat in the box. You know, put that running back on a linebacker and get the ball carrier on a safety. That's the best play in football. A running back on a safety. 1-on-1. Go earn your scholarship. Make him miss. Go to the house.
Yeah.
Break his ankles, bro. And go pick him up and hand him to him after you score.
I mean, it's, you know, and one thing to note is we did find out that Lavelle Wright is injured. Okay, he's injured. So that's why we haven't seen him, because I even was like, man, that's 2 games we haven't seen him, even coming off a bye. So he's banged up. So that's your main running back right there. That,
and we're still here for 200.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if we run for 200 yards, I think you got to change. You got to hit that 200-yard mark with us. I think you got to hit your deep balls, which, I mean, they hit one at least with Jaden. So, you know, just hit your deep balls and try to scare the defense as much as you can. Keep that box light as possible. But, you know, I mean, listen, the way we were talking about this team a couple weeks ago when they lost to Southern Utah, you know, we're like, man, I don't know, man. I know they got a couple, you know, not gimmies, but a little easier schedule coming up. But now you're looking at it, okay.
That's over now.
You're 3-4. Okay, you've won back-to-back road games, first of all.
Yeah. Back-to-back road games.
In Vegas, too. Or, sorry, not in Vegas. Sorry.
Utah.
I know. I'm having flashbacks from last year. I'm sorry. We flew into Vegas last year, and we went and played Utah last year. So I'm
They probably still did fly into Vegas. They just probably didn't stay in Vegas like y'all did.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Slight flex.
Slight flex from Bryce. Got to see the Raider Stadium.
Yeah, that was fun. Got to go in the locker room. It's
beautiful.
Beautiful. It was funny because they actually had a fake field down that day.
Fake like turf? No, not turf.
It wasn't even turf. It was like because their field is outside. They have real grass and it's a dome. It's like the Arizona Cardinals field. It like comes in on a platform.
Yeah, I seen that.
We got to go out on the field and we were all touching it and stuff like that. And it was like, this is not, it ain't turf, it ain't grass. It was kind of neat, you know. It's basically carpet.
But I mean, hey, listen, that's something you got to think about, though. Like, that's a long road trip for the Govs to have to take. I mean, listen, I know everyone's got to deal with travel, and that's something that everyone's got to deal with, but dude, what's wrong with you today? You got the giggles. You got to lock in, dude. You got the giggles today.
I'm sleepy, bro. I'm 3 hours of sleep. Hey, we got a long day today, but nah.
We do have a long day today.
We got a long weekend.
We do have a long weekend. We have a long weekend.
Last weekend.
We did have a long weekend last weekend. Shout out to the club hockey team. They're killing it, man. We produced their game, and boy, it was a long weekend. But we had fun doing it. It's different. But anyway, like I said, you know, the Govs are 3-4 on the season now. They're 2-2 in the conference. They got a big one at home this weekend. Homecoming. Tarleton State, baby. The number 1 team in the conference, the 2019 Govs football team that won the conference championship in the OVC is going to be back, so you'll be there.
I will be there.
You will be there. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
With my 3 rings.
Yeah. I got my 1 ring. We need to wear those.
I'll bring in my class ring
if you want to put it on. But no, so we'll talk about that a little bit later.
That's nasty.
But we have a very special interview. We have 2 very special interviews, first of all. 2, not just 1. But I know the guy on my right is going to love this next one. We are going to go ahead and throw it to AJ Crowder, who has a very special interview. Coach Brittany Young, the women's basketball coach. So we're going to go ahead and throw it to AJ and see what Coach Young has to say about the upcoming season.
Welcome back. I'm AJ Crowder here with a special Crunch Time interview with women's basketball head coach Brittany Young. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, AJ.
It's
appreciate
being
you
here and getting this interview done today. So, as we get started, what has been your playing experience and your coaching experience before coming to Austin Peay?
Yeah, well, you're making me go back a long time ago, AJ. But I played high school. I'm from near Charleston, South Carolina, so played high school and college in the state of South Carolina. I attended Francis Marion University, a Division II school there. Kind of finished college and was going to go to law school and took the LSAT and everything, but then switched gears after helping my high school team out and became a GA at the University of South Carolina. I think that experience was life-altering because it kind of led me down the road into coaching. And from Daytona Beach, Florida, to Norfolk, Virginia, to Starkville, Mississippi, those were all great stops on the journey, finally arriving here at Austin Peay as your head coach.
That's wonderful to hear. And so you listed all those locations. What really brought you to Austin Peay in Clarksville, Tennessee? Yeah,
I think that's a great question, and that's actually a question that we use a lot in recruiting, because when you recruit, you try to you're trying to convince families and people to be here. The biggest thing for me was the people. Kind of being from the South, village mentality is really big. My mom might correct me on something or make sure I'm on point, but my neighbor down the road, family members that attend church, someone at the school, they're all going to kind of help shape and mold you into being the person you're supposed to be. I felt that from my very first visit. Gerald Harrison's leadership, just the support from academics to performance and so on. But I remember just kind of walking downtown Clarksville and random people would just speak and say hello. And that's if you're from the South, that's a Southern thing. You're going to speak no matter, who it is. And those things just made me feel like this could be a really special place.
That's great to hear. And so with you coaching the Governors, what is some of your biggest influences in coaching?
Yeah, when you say that, do you mean in terms of people or just kind of philosophy?
Both.
Okay. I think in terms of people, it'll start with my high school coach, David Smith. He just kind of really set the fire kind of going and burning. I was in 8th grade on our varsity team, so he used to, I'd go to practice early. He'd make me play against him every single day. He used to beat me for a long time, and then I started beating him. So just always having a really close bond with him. Once I kind of moved on and went to South Carolina, Don Staley for sure, huge influence. So many things we do now are staples within their program and what they do. Nikki McCrae, who I met during my time at South Carolina, became a boss, mentor, and friend. And she's no longer with us, but it's so funny. At least 3 other people on our staff, we have a close connection with Nikki. So we sit in the office some days and just talk about, our goal of winning a championship for her. So someone like her is a huge influence as well. And I think just the philosophies of people like Don and Nikki just really drive our program.
That's a wonderful intake, and thank you so much for sharing. What has been your favorite moment or memory here at Austin Peay?
Ooh. There's a lot of them. I'm going to be honest, I think each year kind of gives you different moments. I'll start most recently last year. People don't know, but our team battled through so much adversity. And I think a lot of people thought we would just lay down and, just kind of not really make it far. But our young ladies, them pulling together in the conference tournament, winning a couple of games and getting back to the semifinals, I think just proved the toughness and resiliency in them. And I love that. My first year, us beating Belmont University, that was something that we hadn't done in almost, I think they told me 15 years or something like that, and we beat them here at home. But I hope that our greatest moments are yet to come, and that's what I think drives our program every day.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we thank you so much for joining us once again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm AJ Crowder, and this has been Crunch Time.
Guys, man, that's just awesome to see. We got Coach Brittany Young, especially at where she's at now. Like, they're literally about to start the season. Like, she's in a very grind time.
Time to put the ball through the hoop.
Time to put the ball through the hoop. But she took time out of her very busy schedule to come do an interview with us. So huge shout out to her for making time for us. I know you were stoked when we did that Tuesday when we filmed it.
Yeah, I was juiced.
You were juiced, man.
Y'all know me, man. You know, when it comes, I love sports, football, volleyball, golf, all of the above. But I'm tearing up, man. It's something about that hoop. Like, it's something about that hoop that, man, it's like bread and butter, baby. It's the best thing since sliced bread, man. I'm telling you.
You were geeking out though when we were like getting set up and she was talking to everybody. Which, first of all, super nice person.
Yeah, extremely.
Super nice person.
Yep.
I mean, listen, I understand that. You know, sometimes coaches get a bad rap. You know, they're a little intense or whatever. And she's intense. She's intense on the court, but they got so much on their plate. But she was so nice. She was so welcoming to us. Like, huge shout out to her. Just couldn't say enough good things about her. I mean, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to see what she does as a coach. I mean, I know you're excited.
I can't wait till we break. I can't wait to assure y'all what I seen last night. I'm excited.
100%.
Oh, baby.
So we got basketball season coming up.
Yeah, basketball, man. Like I said, I enjoy watching basketball. I like going to the games, and I think games are fun to go to. I don't know as much about basketball as I do about football, but like I said, I enjoy watching it. Especially our boys team in the playoffs last year, and it's gonna be fun to watch them after the preseason polls, looking at them and stuff like that. And I know some of the players coming back are gonna be great people to watch, and it's gonna be exciting. I'm excited for the season. I'm going to be able to go to a lot more games this year and cheer on the Govs.
So you mentioned the preseason polls. The women's are picked 5th, which I think, and you know, Coach Young even mentioned it on the interview. I think that's, or I don't know if it's that interview. We have a second interview with Coach Gibson, or not Coach Gibson, but Coach Young.
Two for $1.
Two for $1 that we will play during Govs Gameday, which we'll highlight later. But she mentioned it. I can't remember if it was this one that we're airing on the episode or if it's the other one. But she mentioned that I think it's a fair assessment the way we finished last season. We have a handful of players coming back. Abby Cater, she's coming back. Shout out to her. You'll see an interview with her with Coach Young. Not this episode, but you will see her on Govs Gameday. And she did a great job with her interview. I don't know why she gets in her head. She's always great.
She's good, man.
She's awesome. She
just want to do good, so I can't be mad.
Humble athlete.
Yeah.
Humble athlete. But some, returning members for the Govs. She is one of them, Abby Cater. But we also got Anala Nelson and Lanaya Foster coming back. So we have some returners coming back. But Coach mentioned it. 4 freshmen are coming in for the Govs. It's going to be interesting to see how they are able to play this year as opposed to last year.
But let me tell you about the freshmen, because I thought they were like, just, the freshmen, it's not highly recruited, just coming in to fill the roster. Those not the type of freshmen that we have. We got 4, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say I'm saying their names right, and if I mispronounce them, I apologize. But Anovia Seals, freshman guard, right? Out of Florida, she was the 2022-2023 basketball player of the year. Led her school to the first state championship, averaged 20 points a game. 2-time basketball player of the year in Florida. This is the crazy part, though. This is the part that blew me out the water. She finished in high school 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. Legit.
What was her 3-point percentage? Because that's my concern.
It was like 35%.
All right, that's what we need.
But hold on, it gets even. That's what I'm saying. These freshmen. We have another freshman. Let me get my notes right. Her name is Rose. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I don't want to pronounce that.
Asmodea?
Yeah. Miss Rose.
Yes.
Freshman guard out of New York. Right?
New York.
Out of New York.
New York.
New York.
New York. I hit that.
Nah.
I hit that.
Nah.
Bryce, I hit that.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you, bro. But no, she scored over 1,300 points in high school. She holds a single-season record for most points in the game, 50. Career most three-pointers in 184. Was League Player of the Year. League Player of the Year. Another freshman, Samaya Wyatt, scored over 1,500 points. Back-to-back state championships. Been on varsity since a freshman.
So what you're telling me is
We got a squad.
we got shooters.
We got a squad.
Shooters shoot.
Well, okay. You first of all, you got the Currys on,
That's
so you're
right.
supporting the shooter. Shooter's gonna shoot. There you go. Get them in the shot.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
There they are. Little wide, little.
Chef Curry with the shot.
But I mean, hey, me and you are not the biggest basketball guys in terms of like you said, we know football like ins and outs. We don't know the basketball ins and outs.
Pick and roll, man.
Pick
I know
and
that.
roll. That's about all I got. Run the pick and roll. But
Off the dribble, man. Off the set the screen, move without the basketball.
yeah, got to set the post.
Posterize.
Yep.
Yeah, you know a little bit.
I
man.
know
You
a little bit, bro. I know a little
man.
bit, man. You know, the last time I played basketball, 6th grade. You know, made a 6th grade basketball team, and then got cut in 7th grade. Bro. We won't get into that though. Listen, you want to talk about some stellar defense? Look at me, but I'll still listen. I'll steal the ball, go down and break the layup though. That's what I do.
What does Will Compton say? Just classic. White basketball player. Just
Classic white basketball player.
fundamental.
Hey, listen, I'm beating the floor on defense, man. I got
Yep.
the arms out
Fundamental.
like this, man. Listen, I'm shuffling side to side.
Gonna
I'm
do
like,
all-
which one? Like, ball, 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 ball. I'm yelling, ball, 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 man. Hey,
Gonna
hey,
do
I'm
all
reading
the
that
little
pass
things.
too. Hey, pretty good point guard. I dish the ball out.
Can
You
you
know, I
shoot?
might get lucky and make a jump shot every now and then off the
Okay,
backboard.
lucky.
But like,
Okay.
Bank always.
I banks open, but I would steal the ball. I'd run too fast down the court, wouldn't pace myself. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit on you there. But I'd also be the guy that missed a layup in the warm-up line too
Ugh.
in pregame.
Oh, man.
It wasn't that bad. I'm sorry.
Ugh.
It wasn't that bad.
No. It's fine.
Listen, I'm coming, but my immune system's coming.
What's a
back,
little
okay?
what's a little swapping a spit between friends?
Okay. Listen, bro.
Hey, this is by far the funniest episode.
100%.
My immune system's building back up. Okay,
Oh,
like I said,
yeah.
we've been down all week, bro.
I'm
We've been
turning
down.
red.
We've been down. It's
Yeah.
a little hot in here. I might take the hoodie off today.
Oh
Listen,
man.
it's a cold gear hoodie on today. Under Armour.
Oh man. Oh, but
Noise.
oh
Oh, they working on stuff. They
What is
working.
that? The
Okay.
fire alarm?
We
No.
good. It's pretty
Yeah.
chaotic today.
yeah, guys, we got alarms going off in the. There we go. They're gone. All right, so we're not dead or anything. But getting back to basketball.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spit on.
No, you're good. You're good. No, it's all right. I didn't notice it until like you said something.
Oh, I noticed it. I was hoping you wouldn't do it.
No, I noticed it. I
And
noticed it.
He hit the.
Yep. But no, I mean, listen, dude. Like that was our biggest. I mean, we talked about it last year with the women's. That was our biggest, critique. Let's say that we could not shoot at all. Okay, we were great in the post, right? We had Shamari Hale, great post player. We played really good defense, but we couldn't shoot at all. Had no threat from the outside. And I mean, dude, like you know this. Curry's one of your favorite players. Just to be able to stretch the court like he can. I mean, he can literally post up from half court.
Yeah, the biggest thing too is like the threat with him without the basketball. Like him, I know people talk about it all the time. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I watch it and hear people talk about it. Is like the way he moves without the basketball puts so much stress on the defense. It's like you got to know where he's at all times because as soon as you cross that shoot, even behind the midcourt line, like he's a threat anywhere with the ball in his hand. So like. You can't really compare anyone to Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter ever. Like Stephen A. Smith is the greatest shooter that God ever created. But yeah, man, I'm excited to watch our boys and girls this year.
So we got Govs Madness tonight, okay, at 6 p.m. So it's right about the time this episode will air, about 6 p.m. Central Time. The women, the first time they will play someone else will be the 30th, next Wednesday, against, wait for it, the St. Mary's Women of the Woods. That's a real school, apparently. I don't know where it is. Yep, I don't know where that is. But that's apparently
maybe in the woods.
It's somewhere in the
11 in the
woods. Yep, somewhere in this country.
I'm gonna go.
There's St. Mary. Look it up. Look up where St. Mary's of the
Probably-
Woods.
Same mirror, same everything.
I'm assuming. Okay, well, it's a Catholic school. I'm assuming.
Same of the woods.
Yeah, but that's the first time they will actually play it. Now it's an exhibition game, so it doesn't
It is
count.
Definitely Catholic school.
It does not count towards the record. Their first official game.
Sugar Creek. What the word?
Sugar Creek. What?
I don't see a state attached to Sugar Creek. Oh, it's in Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. From the great state of Indiana comes what's their mascot?
Come on, man. You asked me to do a lot of research.
Well,
One thing that I didn't even see last
I'm gonna
night.
guess the
That
Wolves.
must have got on there this morning.
I'm gonna guess the Wolves.
the Wolves.
Yeah, if they're gonna be in the woods, man, I'm gonna guess the Wolves.
I don't know, dude. when I saw this, I was like, come on, guys. We're just making stuff up now. Yeah, don't see it. We're just making up schools now.
I mean, would people think that we would be the Govs and they hear Austin Peay?
No, but okay, it's like, all right, we're the Governors. We're Austin Peay. We're not St. Mary's of the Woods.
No, it's the of the Woods.
Of the Woods.
Ain't no wrong with St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's is a very good basketball school. Yeah. But of the Woods, that just kind of threw me off.
I wonder. Yeah, it must be.
I don't know. But their first official action, the first one that counts towards the record, will be November 4th. This is a Monday against Bethel. So hopefully we can take care of business. And
almost
then,
went there.
Yep, you almost did. And then they will travel down to Nashville to play the Commodores on November 8th. So, their season's right around the corner, baby. Around the corner.
Let's fill up the arena, man. Let everybody come out to the games, man. Listen, when everybody's there, man, and it's a packed arena, it's a great environment, man. Oh, yeah. Like, they do the lights, man. They do it all. They do it right, man. But we just gotta get the people there, man. Come out and support the Govs, man.
People going.
You show your student ID. You get in for free.
And they be having T-shirts.
They got T-shirts. They got popcorn,
hot dogs,
peanuts,
and good basketball.
Governor's basketball.
Heck yeah.
Marching band.
Yeah.
No, you got to go longer. That dude,
you got to hold it a little bit longer.
That dude goes for like a 20 minutes straight.
Governors.
Speaking of good basketball, speaking of really good basketball, the boys right around the corner. Coach Gibson may or may not be a celebrity guest picker. May or may not. We'll see.
May never know.
We'll never know until we probably won't know until Saturday. Yeah. So, hey, Coach Gibson, if you see this episode before now, just come on out.
Yeah, come on down.
Come on out. Just come on out. Let's go be our celebrity guest picker for Crunch Time. But they're projected second in the league right now, second in the ASUN to finish. Talk about some guys coming back. I mean, listen, we lost a fair amount last year, but we got Cy Wick coming back, Isaac Haney, Daniel Luce, and then Mr. NIL himself, Hansel Emmanuel, the Oakleys.
I need my Oakleys,
yeah,
bro.
I do need my Oakleys.
You know what? Let's get him on the show this Saturday and have him bring us some Oakleys. Let's see if we can get that done.
Are you going to the Madness tonight?
Maybe we'll see.
Hey, man,
that's a no.
If you go, please give me a pair of shades.
I can't even get them myself.
Yeah, you're right. I'm asking the wrong person. Yeah, because you definitely.
Listen, let's get him on the show Saturday.
Hey, I'm trying to get Coach Gibson. I mean, hey, he's the one that, I don't know what Coach Gibson's got set up NIL-wise, but, Hansel. It's crazy, though, that Hansel Emmanuel, like, last year was, like, a top 5 NIL athlete, and he goes here, of all places. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
That's great. Just imagine if he would have went to a P5 or something like that.
Where'd he come from before that? Where was he at before that?
He was at Northwestern State with Coach Gibson.
I like those Army pants if you're wearing.
No, they be clean.
Yep. Speaking of Army pants, hey, nice segment there, Coachies. So technically the men's have already played. They played the 22nd. They did get the win over Tennessee Tech. It doesn't count. It's an exhibition game, but it's a charity game that hopefully we'll get to talk about with Coach Gibson more for Operation Stand Down. Benefits veterans and their families, so obviously a really good cause. But, hey, we won the game, too, which is nice. We beat Tennessee Tech by a score of 90-80. So you like to see that. The Govs can put up some points.
Yeah, I like what our stat sheet looked like. I didn't get to watch the game. But the players that I expected to do well, they did well. I transferred L.J. Thomas, former 4-star guard from Kentucky. He had 26 points, 3 steals, 10 of 17, didn't miss from the three-point line. I love that. Dynamic guard play. We were small last year, but we only had 1 dynamic guard. This year we have 2 to 3 dynamic guards. We got the big body, Mr. Rebounder himself, Witt. He's a big body. He like 6'6", 250. He definitely should be playing football. But he gets the job done. Emmanuel even got the job. He played a little. He played 11 minutes, and he was a starter. Mm-hmm. So, he didn't get much playing time last year, but I'm expecting, man, I said a lot about the women, but this year, for both teams, actually, I think this is a culture-setting year. I think this is the year where our freshmen really turn into to something special later on down the road. Once Wick goes, once Isaac Haney leaves, once everyone leaves, our freshmen, their sophomore, their junior year, if they decide to stay, and not go get their bag or they get a bigger bag somewhere else, it's the NIL. That money change people's lives. So I can't hate on somebody for trying to change their family lives. But I think we're going to be good if our culture can stay the way it is going now with our freshmen, because freshmen on both sides, men's and women, are phenomenal.
You know what they say.
Well, you just stopped in the middle of nowhere.
You know what they say. The coach says to fake right and break left, and when you give the ball to go, don't be afraid to shoot the outside J and just get your head in the game, man.
This episode's had everything.
Hey, you goated, bro.
This episode's had.
Outside
J. Just get your head in the game. Get your head in the game.
This episode's had everything. This one's definitely not going for an award, even though Bryce didn't. No, yes, even though Bryce didn't wear his hat, so I guess we're eligible now. But no, dude, it's Isaac Haney. The stat that I look at, and again, I look at points and I look at 3-point percentage, because that's so often now is like whoever wins that wins the game. We went 15 of 25 from three.
No, we was cool.
So LJ Thomas was solid 3 for 3. Isaac Haney, who when he lights up, it's over with. He went 4 of 9. And then Cy Witt only hit one. Guy that Anton Brookshire, he was 3 for 4, had 9 points. So I mean, we had three guys. We had really 3 guys that scored. Then we had Brookshire had 9. Then we had a bunch of 3, 6, 4. But that's what you want. You want a lot of depth. And listen, Coach Gibson's still trying to figure out his rotation. He's still trying to figure out who's going to play, who's going to be a role player, who's going to be kind of that guy that just fortunately is on the bench or whatnot. But I'm excited, dude. I'm super excited. You take a look at their schedule again. They have Govs Madness tonight, 6 o'clock. If you're in the area, go check it out. It's always a fun experience. We did it last year. We did kind of like some interviews and whatnot, so it was always fun. And then they have their alumni charity game on the 28th, next Monday. And then they officially start on the 4th at F&M Bank Arena as well with the ladies, but they play Union. So they'll start off with Union, then they travel to Indianapolis to play Butler, and then come back to Chattanooga. So that's their first 3 games of the season. But I'm super excited.
Yeah, and we played Knox. We played the Vols this year.
Play the Doors.
Yeah, we played the Vols. I think that's right after Chat, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. They play Knoxville. Then later down the road they play.
That's the ladies.
No, this is the men's. This is the men's.
Oh.
Yep. And then December 21st.
They
play the Doors.
Y'all remember when back in, I think it might have been 2013. Don't quote me on this. When the Govs made the March Madness tournament, and they were very last, but they made the tournament, and I think they played. Of
course, we were last because
I think
we're in the bottom conference.
Yeah, I think they played Villanova, maybe. Okay. I can't remember who it was, but it was a big time for the Govs basketball team. They did make the tournament. I remember watching it. I had my Wingstop with my uncle. We was watching the Govs. It was a long time ago. Don't quote me on the year, but I want to guess it was 2013. It might have been before that, but I don't remember.
Hey, Coach Gibson takes his team to the March Madness. Hey,
2016.
2016.
It was 16?
Yeah, we won the OVC.
Hey, that would be super awesome to see. I mean, hey, if we get to March Madness, that would be awesome.
But last year we were literally
we were close.
What, 5-6 points away?
Close.
Was that the
Stetson game?
Yeah. Okay. So that wasn't that was the conference championship game.
Yeah, that was the conference championship. Whoever won played. I want to say UConn was number.
So that wasn't the playoff game. That was a.
That was the playoff.
That was the conference championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
So
it was a good game.
That was a really good game.
No, we lost by. Yeah, we lost by 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a
and
good
that's
game.
when their guard Jalen Blackman.
He was going crazy, man.
So I think we got a chance to make it to the tourney again. Honestly, we second in preseason. We finished second last year. Yep. I think we have better skilled players than last year. We got more size than last year. So everything is trending in the positive direction. We just gotta put the results on the court.
100%. So I'm super excited. I know we're all super excited, but I'm super excited to see what Coach Gibson does. Hopefully we get him for Govs Gameday, which we will talk about on the other side. But we talked about earlier, we have 2 very special guests, and one of them
The big dog.
We had Coach Young earlier, but now we got the big dog, Coach Jeff Farris, with Ellis. So, Ellis, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ellis. Welcome to the Crunchtim TV show. I'm here with Coach Farris. Coach Farris,
Honored to be here, Ellis.
how you doing today?
I'm doing unbelievable.
That's good. The first question I have for this interview, can you tell us about your coaching journey and what led you here?
Awesome. Great question, Ellis. So I've always loved football, and my biggest mentors in my life have been my coaches, much like you. And, since I was this big, I played football. I was a good high school football player in East Tennessee, had a chance to play at Duke University for 4 years. And the more I played ball, the more I loved it. And one of my biggest mentors was my head coach at Duke. His name is David Cutcliffe. He's like a second dad to me. And every single day, my parents tried to talk me out of it, but I knew I had to coach. I wanted to have the same impact on young people that Coach Cut had on me. So, even as a player, I would do things to kind of learn how to coach, start to make cut-ups and help coach other guys on the field. And then when my eligibility was over, got straight into it, was a graduate assistant for 2 years, then coached receivers, then tight ends, then quarterbacks, an offensive coordinator, and then went to the West Coast for 2 years coaching tight ends, and then was fortunate enough to come here, get to work with you every day at Austin Peay. That was December 9th, 2023.
Yes, sir. Who are some of your coaching influences, and how have they shaped you?
Yeah, I think Coach Cut would be number one, to have played for him and then worked alongside him at Duke. The thing that he's done, he's a Hall of Famer. He's done a lot of things great. In my opinion, the thing that Coach Cut did best was how he cared for his players. Right. And because he showed he cared, he could coach them hard, and he made a difference in their lives on the field and off the field. I would say Coach Chip Kelly, for the past years, an unbelievable influence. He was great to Natalie and I, his family. And then when I was really, really little, Coach Jake Harrison was my baseball coach. And he was actually a doctor, but wanted to go by Coach Jake. And that, to me as a young person, man, coaching must be a great profession where you can have a huge impact, because he'd rather be called Coach than Dr. Jake. So those would be the three biggest for me.
Okay. What does success look like on and off the field to you?
To me, let's start off the field, because I think that's the most important thing. Success is when a guy comes into your program, Austin Peay, and he's a better person when he leaves than when he comes in. He's a man that's prepared for whatever life has. I think you can teach those values off the field, on the field, by building great habits. Everything matters, as you know, at our practice, running through the line, hand behind the line, how we finish, treating the ground like a hot stove. And those factors will help you off the field and also help you win games. As we've learned here late in the last two games when it's close, those details will make all the difference. So, those would be the ways that we like to win on and off the field.
Gotcha. What's some roles that communication play in coaching?
I think it's everything. You have to have a high standard, but be able to relate to players and have them feel comfortable when they need something to come talk to you. No two players are the exact same. So being able to communicate, you learn one way, Kendall Ball learns a different way.
Right.
We've got to find the way that helps Ellis learn the best and helps Kendall Ball learn the best.
Right.
And I think one of the things that we've done a great job of here is we hired great communicators, not just with our assistant coaches, but Miss Semi Bowden, Luke Hocker, the entire staff.
Got you. Okay. What do you enjoy doing when you're not coaching? Like leg, something fun?
I do like the leg. Great question. And, I'm married and we have two kids. So I love playing with family. They're 15 months, almost 16 months old now. So they're now at the stage where they're walking and they're crying. It's crazy when I get home. So, our hours as coaches are kind of crazy, but I always try to make on Thursday nights to go home before they go to bed to play with them for a little bit.
All right. How do you approach different personalities and managing skill levels with players?
Great question. So, I think the best thing you can do is to be yourself.
Right.
And, I think I learned this from Coach Cut. The biggest fool somebody thinks is that they can fool young people. When you're yourself and don't try to act like anything else, I think people are honest and you're able to connect with people. Managing different personalities, I think was your second question. I think I'd have the same answer, just being yourself, and they know who you are. And then when you build a relationship, that's where trust comes. I think you can get a lot of things done and do special things.
All righty. Thank you all, folks. This is Crunchtim TV. We're back at you.
Thank you. Let's go, Pete.
All right. Really good job, Ellis. Obviously, we want to thank Coach Farris again. We thank Coach Young, but Jeff Farris, I mean, he's literally in the season, middle of the season. Got a big one coming up this week, but we appreciate him taking 10 minutes out.
Literally in the middle of a red zone meeting.
Literally came out of the middle of a red zone meeting to come and do the interviews with Ellis and Kendall Ball, which you will see Saturday for Govs Gameday. But huge shout out to Coach Farris again. Really nice person. Was really nice to us. Let us set up in his office. So huge shout out to him. I mean,
now we know if we don't score in the red zone, we know why this week. So,
hey, nah. There's no way
you can't put that on us. Yeah,
not on y'all.
No,
I don't know. I'll put that on
y'all.
So
you gonna put that on Coach for helping out his students, man?
Yeah, he's trying to get Ellis and Kendall an A.
I'm just messing.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Hey, man, you hating on the Govs?
No.
You hating on grades?
No, I'm not. No. Listen.
Kick him out the program.
Listen.
Good grades. That's what matters, guys.
Yep.
Good grades. Winning is not as important as good grades, but we want to win. But we want to win. Let's make
Athlete,
that clear.
Student.
I'd rather have a championship ring than a 4.0.
Jeez.
I'm just keeping it a thing.
Jeez. All right. So, like we mentioned, we will be doing Govs Game Day. I don't know if we're going to do it live. We don't know if we've got that situated, but we are doing it. So, if you are there Saturday, come swing by. Come swing by, see what the setup's like.
Bring a plate of barbecue.
Bring some barbecue, please. Please. Because I listen, every time I've been on Forterra on Saturday, I smell barbecue, and it smells good. So I would love a plate of barbecue
with some mac and cheese.
Some cornbread, baked beans. Come on now, talk to me.
Soda pop.
Yep.
Maybe a nice sweet tea too, bro.
Sweet tea, little banana
2 cups
pudding,
of sugar,
little banana pudding too. Come on now, talk to me. So again, we host Tarleton State. We're not going to talk about the Texans because we're going to save it for Saturday. Yeah. But they are 6-1 on the season. They are number 1 in the conference.
Googly muggly.
So the Govs have their work cut out for them.
Boogity.
Again, they're 6-1. They haven't lost to an FCS team as mentioned earlier. But I think it's going to be a good game. Obviously, it's homecoming. So we're really excited. Again, the Govs are 3-4 on the season. They're now 2-2 after winning back-to-back UAC road games. So, we mentioned it earlier, the 2019 conference championship team, which the guy to my left is a part of, Bryce Robinson. Only Gov with 3 rings. Only Gov with 3 rings in history. Yep. All these fingers are going to have rings. All these fingers are going to have rings Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll have one. I'll have a singular one. You'll have none.
Hey, we'll skip. Keep going.
You'll have none. You'll have none. I'll have one. But the current standings right now, we'll highlight this. Current standings, number 1, Tarleton. Again, they're 6-1. They're 3-0 in the conference. Number 2 is Abilene Christian. They are 4-1. They are 5-3 overall. Number 3 is North Alabama. They're 3-5 overall, but they're 3-1 within the conference. Then sitting right below them is 5-2 Central Arkansas, 2-1 in the conference. Southern Utah is behind them at 3-4 and 2-1 in the conference, and then right below them is us. We're 3-4 as well, but we are 2-2 within the conference. So man, that Southern Utah loss is kind of killing us right now. And then below us is EKU, 3-4 in the overall, 1-2 in the conference. And then Utah Tech, even though they are winless on the season, they are next at 0-8, but 0-4 in the conference. And then right below them is West Georgia at 2-5. 0-5 in the conference. So that's why they have more conference losses than Utah Tech, even though Utah Tech hasn't won a single game all year. That'll sort itself out at the end.
Yeah.
So, but those are the standings. But guys, I mean, listen, I'm excited. I know you guys are excited, but I'm excited for Saturday. It's going to be a great environment. We're going to see a lot of food. A lot of alumni are going to be here.
It's homecoming, man.
It's homecoming.
It's going to be probably the best atmosphere that's been there all year. This is going to be fun to come to, and like you said, the 2019 team's coming back. If the great Coach Hudspeth comes back, it's going to be. I
don't know if he's going to make it.
Listen, we don't know if he's going to make it or not, but if Mark Hudspeth shows up to the Forterra Stadium, just know it's going down. Okay?
It's going to be electric.
All I'm saying is we've had a great episode today.
Listen, it's going to be fun. I haven't been to a game since last year against Chattanooga, so it's going to be fun.
For real?
Yeah, I've watched all the games at home this year. I'll be in an end zone, one of the boxes in the end zone.
Okay.
So yeah, well,
like the team gonna be in there or you gonna be in there?
I think they got a box of the team down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who else coming back. I think Cordell Jackson will be back. I think they're putting him in the Ring of Honor this weekend.
Baller.
So if we can get him to swing by,
dude, we got. Yeah, you have his number still?
I do.
Hey, shoot him a text.
I'll shoot him a text. Yeah,
dude. Hey, Cordell Jackson, literally Govs legend, playing some old Canadian football up there in Canada. He's doing well, doing really well.
Really well.
That's a guy, dude. You just root for.
That's just a football guy, man.
Just a football guy.
Big, smart, loves the game.
One of Birmingham boys.
He's always in the right spot to make the play, man, and got a great story too. So if we can get him on Saturday, that'll be great.
Coach Farris, I don't know how much we've recruited Birmingham in your short time here, but we need to pitch a tent in Birmingham.
Yeah. Holler down there.
Because
look at some of the Birmingham guys, man. You got Cordell,
Sam Howard, Antoine Williams,
Antoine, Sedarius Doss, Cam Thomas. Most of them went to the same high school, Ramsey.
Yep.
So I mean,
Birmingham is a hotbed for talent.
They need to go to Ramsey High School.
Just pitch a tent.
Yeah. Set up shop down in Ramsey.
Yeah, go down there to old Birmingham.
Shout out to the boys, man.
Shout out to the boys.
They're now none of them are here anymore, but they're all off doing their thing.
Yep. I don't know.
Some at UTEP, some at Tulane, some at Indiana. Sedarius Doss is at Indiana.
6-0 at
6-0 at Indiana.
College Game Day will be there.
Josh Rudolph, is he from Birmingham, Alabama? Is he from Alabama?
I think he's from Alabama. I don't know about Birmingham.
He's at Indiana too.
Yep. Super excited. College Game Day against Washington.
Shout out to the boys, man.
Shout out to the boys. So that will do it for us here on Crunch Time. Again, we will be on Govs Game Day Saturday. I think we're going live at 12:30. So again, if you're in the area, come by. Again, bring us some barbecue. But see us. We're going to do about an hour show. We're hoping to get Coach Gibson on. Maybe Cordell Jackson come on the show. Who knows? But yeah, we're super excited. So again, for myself, Christian Hunt, Dylan Walton to my right, Bryce Robinson to my left, this has been Crunch Time. We will see you guys next week. Peace.